Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hi friends, today we are going to talk about certain key aspects of the situation which is emerging out of the conflict or the tussle which is going on between India and China in wake of the face-off which has happened at Ladakh on the LAC, which is line of actual control. So it's actually a three-part series which I am doing, and we are going to look at things in a larger perspective, the bigger picture. So in the first part, we will discuss that though some pullback has happened on part of China, but why the government is not going gung-ho about it, or why the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is the ruling party, why it is not going to the town claiming it to be, a great political victory, because all of us know that what has happened over the last few weeks, or that the opposition especially was trying to corner the government on this issue. So, but after the pullback started happening, a number of media outlets, especially the television channels, so they went overboard in terms of projecting it as a victory, as a major victory over China. But neither the Bharatiya Janata Party spokespersons reacted in a manner which could take this narrative further, nor there was any feelers from the government, or nor there was any input from the government or any statement from the government which could lead to the mass hysteria, which could add to the mass hysteria. So now why many political observers consider this to be a very subdued kind of a response, knowing the style of functioning of Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. Narendra Modi, Mr. Amit Shah. They are very aggressive leaders. So there are 3 or 4 reasons why this government is keeping this whole issue, its approach is pretty subdued, especially when it comes to the public discourse. So the first reason is that it's a very delicate situation, especially when we are facing a major onslaught of COVID-19 and the cases are still going up. The government does not want warmongering to happen, because it puts extra pressure on the government also. It wants to take its own time to resolve this issue. It's a complex issue. And second thing is that China is a very tricky customer in the sense that they are very unpredictable. They can open another front. They can, if the government or the party tries to claim any credit for de-escalation, so within hours the situation can change, and it could be very embarrassing for the government. So it's a wait and watch situation, because China is unpredictable. So going back, one, it's a delicate situation. The government does not want to put extra pressure on itself by or any kind of warmongering coming out from the pro-government elements or the pro-BJP elements, or from the party itself. And the second thing is that China is a tricky customer, as I said. The third thing is that the government also realizes that it's a long drawn process. If you raise the pitch of the public discourse right now, it would be very difficult to maintain it over a period of time. So it could take weeks, it could take months for the complete de-escalation to happen. So the government itself is in a wait and watch mode. So at this point of time, so it would not like to go gung-ho about it. It would wait for the situation to unfold. So that's the political thinking which is going on in the government, in the top, at the top level in the government, and also in the BJP leadership. Then another thing is that when this whole episode happened, and Congress and some other political parties which are in the opposition went hammer and tongs against Bharatiya Janata Party and Mr. Narendra Modi, and asking him to come clean on this. But having said all this, actually the BJP feels that, and the government also feels that they have reaped the political advantage out of it also in the first round, and the opposition somehow has not been able to stick any kind of blame on the government. And in fact, though it was not a very conscious kind of an effort from the government, I would say neither from the party, but because the opposition started accusing the government, and then this all-party meeting also happened. So generally the BJP has already reaped the political advantage out of it also, and it has come out as typically its images that it's a nationalist party, and the government is also acting assertively. And so last thing which I want to say is actually there is this government earlier, when Balakot happened, when surgical strike happened. So on a number of other occasions, the government and the leadership in the government as well as in the party has been very aggressive, and rightly so, because they thought they could also gain some political advantage out of it. And as a political party, they have every right to do that, especially when the opposition itself is raising that issue. But this time, I would say the leadership of BJP and the leadership in the government is not aggressive, but they are assertive. So it's a very finer nuance. It's a very slight difference, but it's also a significant difference between being aggressive and being assertive. So overall, I think the government has to be given some credit for it, that it is ensuring that our focus remains completely on fighting COVID-19, while on the battlefront or on the line of actual control, on the India's borders, which are there with China and Pakistan, the government is taking appropriate measures. And I can share this input with you, that I have spoken to a number of people in BJP and in government also. So there is a clear-cut message from the top that we need not kind of create a din over this India-China face-off issue, and we need to handle it very firmly and very politely, but without making unnecessary buzz about it. Thank you.